Friends, good evening, welcome to the Shed of Wonder. I hope you're all good. I have tea, ignore my hair, it's gone bouffant style, need to get it cut desperately. We'll just look beyond that. Anyway, I hope you're all good. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. It is of course Monday evening, it's 6:10, bank holiday here today in the UK for those of us lucky enough not to have to go into work, so it's been another cracking day of riding, absolutely superb. I hope you guys have enjoyed your riding, however far you've ridden. Hope it was a good one. I have tea, hashtag tea for Frosty, ready to go here in the Shed of Wonder. It's great to see you all again. Now I guess we better crack on with the FCC Strava review. Right, I'm on actually a new, well, it's a new chair. It's not a new chair. It was a chair in my son's bedroom that I've commandeered. Is that the right phrase? Anyway, it spins. It's much more comfortable than the chair I had in here, so I apologise if I sort of fidget and spin. Anyway, I will shut up. Let's get on with the FCC Strava review. Let's do this. Okay, friends, so as always, we will start with last week's leaders. And distance, top of the tree, numero uno. First place, Jan-Erik Berggren with 441.3 miles. Absolutely fantastic, Jan. Helena Knightley in second with 414.4. Amazing stuff, Helena. And Mark Nicol is there in third position with 367.7 miles. Fantastic stuff, Mark. Longest ride, first place, Jan-Erik Berggren, 382.4 miles. Outstanding stuff, mate. Helena is there in second place with 203.3. Brilliant stuff, Helena. And Mark Langerby is there in third position with 120.1. Fantastic stuff, Mark. Climbing, first place we have Chad with a massive 26,565 feet of climbing. Helena is there in second place again. Absolutely outstanding stuff, Helena. 24,797 feet of climbing. And in third position is Ian Brewer with 20,167 feet. Amazing stuff, Ian, and amazing riding by all of you legends there. Just fantastic stuff. Okay, I will scroll up and we will look deeper down into last week's top 100 leaderboard. So, as we just mentioned, first place, Jan-Erik Berggren, 441.3 miles, 4 rides in total. Helena is in second position, 414.4, 5 rides in total. Mark Nicol in third position with 367.7, 4 rides for you, Mark. Longest ride, 111.8 miles. Fantastic stuff, mate. Ian Brewer in fourth place with 363.5 miles. Longest ride, 72.3 miles. Brilliant stuff, Ian. In fifth position we have Paul Haynes, 355.2. Brilliant stuff, Paul. Your longest ride last week was 111.5 miles. Cracking stuff. Chad is there in sixth position with 312.2. 83 miles exactly being your longest ride, Chad. Brilliant stuff, mate. Seventh position, Mr. Mark Schule, 306 miles exactly. Longest ride, 102.2 miles. Brilliant stuff, Mark. And really looking forward to seeing you on June the 9th for the next FCC group ride up there in Lincolnshire. Should be awesome stuff. Mr. Ian Grant, 8th position, legend, 298.3 miles last week, Ian. That is outstanding. And your longest ride was 101.7 miles. Fantastic stuff, mate. So many of you again last week have done century rides. Just incredible. The amount of you legends that are doing century rides week in, week out is just, it's just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Wazza, 9th position. Hello, buddy. I hope you're good. 290 miles exactly last week, and a century ride for you as well, 103.2 miles. Brilliant stuff, mate. Ian West is there in 10th place. Hello, Ian. Hope you're good. 285.1 miles for you, and a century ride for you also, 103.8 miles being your longest ride. Cracking stuff. 11th position, Jonathan Sapir, 281.1 miles. Brilliant stuff, Jonathan. Jorgenis is there in 12th with 277.1. Brilliant stuff, mate. 13th place, Jeremy Prodger, 268.6 miles. Jeremy, brilliant stuff. And a century ride for you as well, 108.2 miles. Amazing. Luke Toms in 14th with 264.7. Brilliant stuff, Luke. Dennis Barron going under a different name. What's that word I'm looking for? It doesn't matter anyway. 15th position, Dennis, 258.8 miles. Absolutely fantastic stuff, mate. And 23 rides for you last week. Amazing. Mark Jones, 16th place, 252.6 miles. Century ride as well, 108.1 miles being your longest ride. Cracking stuff, Mark. John Millett is there in 17th. Hello, John. 250.7 miles for you. Ross Clark's in 18th with 246.1. Chris Crabb is there in 19th. Hello, Chris. 246 miles for you. Excellent stuff, mate. Kevin Reynolds, 20th position. Fantastic stuff, Kevin. 244.6 miles. Stevie Wonkster, 21st place, 239.7 miles. Cracking stuff, you legend, and so good to see you today as well. And the rides we've had over the weekend have just been absolutely amazing, so thank you so much for your company, mate, and for that Mackie D's breakfast this morning. So good, much needed. Clive is in 22nd. Hello, Clive, hope you're good. 236.6 miles for you. Brilliant stuff, mate. 23rd place we have Peter Scott with 236.5. Mr. Dave Brown is in 24th with 229 miles. Emma Hadley's in 25th with 228.6. Cracking stuff from Emma and Dave there. And oh my days, the highest place I have ever been, probably for 3 years or so. 26th place, 226.8 miles. And another 10,000. Oh my days, more than 10,000 feet of climbing again. I can't believe it, honestly. I don't know what's happened to me. I don't know where I've got this energy from. I'm blaming McDonald's. Anyway, 27th place, Mr. Painterman. Absolutely fantastic, mate. 225.4 miles. Legendary stuff. Dave Nichol is there in 28th. Hello, Dave. Hope you're good. 224.1 for you. Andreas is there in 29th with 217 miles. James Chapman's in 30th with 216.8. John Tolley. John, you must be a happy man. Aston Villa up into the Premier League after just beating Derby County. Brilliant stuff, mate. 31st place, 213.4. Century ride as well, 114 miles. Your longest ride last week. Cracking stuff, mate. Ronnie is there in 32nd with 208.8. Ronnie, amazing stuff, mate. A century ride for you as well, 100.6 miles being your longest ride. Brilliant. Andrew Brown's in 33rd with 206.8 miles. Brilliant stuff, Andrew. Mr. Ian Rigby, you legend, hope you're good. 34th place, mate, 205.2 miles. Daniel Clark is there in 35th with 204 miles exactly. Brilliant stuff, Daniel, hope you're good. Jason Benskin is there in 36th with 203.8. Chris the Train is in 37th with 203.4. 38th place, Mr. Martin Redding, you legend, so good to see you yesterday, mate. And yesterday was your longest ride, wasn't it? Fantastic stuff. 63.4 miles. 202.1 miles in total. Brilliant stuff. Smashing that 200 mile mark for the week. Well done, sir. Mr. Mark Smith's in 39th with 201.3. Brilliant stuff, Mark. Brian Wakeham's in 40th with 197.5. Brilliant stuff, Brian. Rowan is there in 41st with 197.4. Snakefire TRI is in 42nd place. Cracking stuff, mate. 195.1 miles for you. D. Michael Dozier is there in 43rd with 193.3. Mr. Duncan McNutt is there in 44th. Hello, Duncan. Hope you're good. 192.5 miles and a century ride for you as well last week. 101.8. Absolutely outstanding stuff, mate. Han's in 45th with 190.5. Eugene is there in 46th with 190.2. Sandra Kelly's in 47th with 188.6. Fez is in 48th with 188.1. In 49th we have Trevor Hook with 186.3 miles. Stefan is there in 50th with 183.8. And in 51st we have Rowan with 183.6. Absolutely cracking miles from all of you legends that I just read out there. Brilliant stuff. 52nd, Simon Dixie. Hello Simon, hope you're good buddy. 182.9 miles for you. Alan Bailey's in 53rd with 182.1. Cracking stuff, Alan. Century Ride as well, 107.7 miles for your longest ride. Brilliant stuff. Samuel is there in 54th, all the way over there in Finland. 180.6 miles. Brilliant stuff, mate. Brian Roden's there in 55th with 179.7. Brilliant stuff, Brian. Stephen Smith is in 56th with 179.6. Another Century Rider. 118 miles, exactly. Cracking stuff, buddy. Chris Sharp's in 57th with 177.2. Mark Langerbeer is in 58th with 175.5. Awesome stuff, Mark. You are smashing out those big miles in recent weeks. Just superb, mate. And your longest ride was 120.1 miles. Amazing. Zed McClunk. Zed, I am sure you are a new member to the FCC, so welcome to Frosty's cycling crew. 59th position, 174 miles exactly. Mr. James Frost is there in 60th position. Cracking surname, James, obviously. 173.8 miles and a Century Ride as well. 105.4 miles for your longest ride. Brilliant stuff, mate. Marie Simmons. Hello, Marie. I hope you're well. 61st place, 173 miles exactly. Brilliant stuff. Closely followed by that legend Richie in 62nd place. Richie, I've not seen you down the leaderboard. You're usually in the top 20, you legend. I know we discussed this morning, didn't we? Still massive miles though, 172.9. And it just goes to show how strong the FCC is and what amazing riders you all are putting in these miles week in, week out. That you can get to 62nd place with 172.9. It's amazing. I remember the days when you could do 3 miles and be in 100th place. They're long gone. Darren Fern's in 63rd, 172.3. Brilliant stuff, Darren. Rosa is in 64th, 171.7. Cracking stuff, Rosa. I hope you're well. Mr. Tony Hawkins. Tony, 65th place, 171.6 miles, you legend. Hope to see you soon, mate. We've got to get together for a ride. Brilliant stuff, mate. Dallas is in 66th with 171.3. Cracking stuff, Dallas. Fahim is in 67th with 171.2. 68th we have Carl Morrison with 168.8. Daniel Till is in 69th with 168 miles exactly. Brilliant stuff, Daniel. Richard Anderson's in 70th with 167.5. 71st, David Crawford. Hello, David. 165.3 miles for you. Paul Aldos. Sorry, Paul. I hope you're good, mate. My pronunciation is atrocious. 72nd position, you legend. 163.3 miles for you. Philip Newborough is there in 73rd with 162.7. James Finn's in 74th with 162.6. Oh, Philip, Century Ride for you as well. Sorry, just reversing there. 101.9 miles. Cracking stuff, mate. Yes, James Finn, 162.6 miles. Brilliant stuff, buddy. Pete Jones in 75th. Hello, Pete. Hope you're good. 162.2 miles for you. Chris Cease is there in 76th. Down there in beautiful Cornwall, 161.7 miles. Brilliant stuff, Chris. Carl Stannard is there in 77th with 161.1. Dave De Winters in 78th with 159.3. Graham Ritchie is there in 79th with 159.3. Andrew Traynor is there in 80th with 158.7. And apologies, Graham, you are also a Century rider from last week, 103.1 miles. Brilliant stuff, mate. 81st, Matt Catchpole with 157.7. Derek Kelly is there in 82nd with 156.3. Mr. Philip Mansfield is there in 83rd. Hello, Philip, hope you're good. 155.5 miles for you. Stephen Crossley's there in 84th with 155.3. Cracking stuff, you legends. James Social Cycling is there in 85th. Hello James, hope you're well. 153.5 miles. Brilliant stuff, mate. Absolutely superb. Mick Thomas is in 86th. Hello Mick, 152.8 miles for you. Scott Gillespie's in 87th with 152.7. David White's in 88th with 148 miles. Brilliant stuff, David, and all you legends that I just read out there. Andy German, 89th place, 147.1 miles. And Andy completed his first Century ride last week, 100.1 miles. So congratulations, mate. Brilliant achievement. Mr. Ming Pang is in 90th with 146.4. Cracking stuff, buddy. Hope you're good. Mr. Paul Stevens is in 91st with 145 miles. Brilliant stuff, Paul. John Gerwitz Dunn in 92nd with 143.8. Brilliant stuff, John. Philip Carter is in 93rd with 139.4. Jack Pinchin's in 94th with 135.3. Witt is in 95th with 135.2, and in 96th place we have David Timmins with 134.6. Simon James is there in 97th with 133.9. 98th is Deepak with 132.1. 99th we have Andy Craig with 131.9, and in 100th position is John Ayton. Sorry, John, 131.5 miles. Absolutely outstanding from every single one of you in the FCC. And no matter if you didn't make the top 100, outstanding riding from every time for Rider of the Week. For week ending the... what even is the date? Let me just check. Week ending the 26th of May. Okay, let's do guys, this. I should point out there will be 2 Riders of the Week for last week because it's just impossible just to pick one. So let's do this for Riders of the Week. Okay, so the Riders of the Week for last week are placed in 1st and 2nd position on the top 100 leaderboard. Riders of the Week for last week are Jan Erik Berggren and Helena. Jan and Helena, congratulations guys, you are Riders of the Week for last week. Jan and Helena, congratulations, absolutely outstanding miles from you both last week. Just so difficult to, it's always difficult to pick Rider of the Week because you're all legends. But Jan and Helena, Riders of the Week for last week. I have 2 pairs of socks left, blue and red, pink and white. I will put my email address in the description below. Just let me know which pair of socks you would like and I will get those sent out to you. Well, fantastic friends, that concludes the FCC Strava review for last week from here in the Shed of Wonder. I completely forgot to show you the total miles for last week that you've all ridden. So the total miles for last week was 36,005 miles. Absolutely outstanding stuff. Total activities 1,793. I mean, it's just mind-blowing. You're all absolute superstars, and thank you all for being part of the FCC. It's just incredible. Okay, I am off to get another tea. Have a fantastic Monday evening. Look after yourselves. Have a good week. Stay safe out there. I will see you in a couple of days with another vlog. Bye for now.